as yesterday, which is good.
Not quite as bad. That is the theme for the forecast. It is still January, but again, we were in the deep freeze. We were locked in it for days. It has not gone above freezing. It's not been above the freezing mark since early on Sunday. Today, I think we finally get there. So the snow that has been hanging on because it came down Sunday and hasn't really had the chance to melt, it is finally going to start melting out there today. You're going to have to watch for that refreeze though tonight because we still go down to the teens tonight. We're not talking a huge improvement. It's not balmy and warm and people out running on the trails outside, but it is going to feel a whole lot better. Let's take a look at where we are right now. Temperature-wise, again, still a cold morning. We're looking at temperatures right now in the teens in many spots. I think we've gotten back to 20 in Philadelphia. We dropped down to 19 briefly, now 20 as it starts to brighten up. Millville still in the single digits, Surf City, Toms River as well. Wilmington right now it is 18 degrees. And again, our wind chills are still with us today. We're seeing wind chills basically running about 5 to 10 degrees below what the actual temperature is. So our 20 in Philadelphia feels like 13, still feels like 0 in Millville. So again, don't get too excited, but it is getting better and it will continue to get better as we head toward the Eagles game on Sunday. For the rest of today though, you won't need any kind of a snow shovel, you won't need any umbrellas, you won't need any precipitation gear. It's not as bone chilling. You still will need the heavy coat, but we are at least near or slightly above freezing on this Friday, and the thaw really begins in earnest over the weekend as we head back to the 40s. Our average high is 41 and we're going to go above that for a few days. For the first time really in a long time here in January. Today, again, right around freezing at 2 o'clock, it'll feel more like the 20s, so still need the coats over all that Eagles gear today. Coming up, we'll have that game day forecast. For now, let's send it over to Chris. It is really a party in our studios this morning, and I don't know how Waukesha gets from place to place. I think we must have gotten her a hoverboard of some sorts because she's downstairs, she's upstairs. We've got bands, we've got food. It is an amazing day, and you know, weather-wise, at least it's sunny. It's cold, but it's not as cold as it has been, so we are talking improvement, a good weather forecast, at least comparatively speaking. You can see the city all lit up in green as the blimp goes by. It is starting to brighten up on your Friday morning. It is a Friday. It's a Friday of the NFC Championship weekend, so you can't really ask for much more than that, except for maybe more roast beef to be delivered to the next weather sphere when anybody gets a chance. Thank you very much. Okay, let's pull up our globe map here and talk about the Arctic air finally starting to retreat. We're seeing, again, you can see the blue, the core of the Arctic air is that purple. As we go through the next couple of days, notice how that purple just recedes back up to the polar regions where it belongs, and we start to see things warm up. Even those spots along the Gulf Coast that got all of that snow, not seeing the blue. Watch Florida here. It's blue, and then as we get into next week, it starts to turn a little more green, a little more yellow as warmer air works its way back in, and we're going to be feeling a warming trend here in Philadelphia as well. So some good stuff to look forward to. Let's talk about it. We will take a look at what to expect for the rest of today. And it's a dry day, it's a quiet day, but it has been so cold. All of January, we've only had 6 days this month above average, and they weren't very far above average, maybe a degree or two. Our average high today, 34.7 degrees. The last time it was this cold for the first, let's say, 3 weeks of January was back in 1994. So it has been a pretty brutal January, kind of a winter of old type feel. And this morning, it's a little better, but it's still cold outside. Don't get us wrong. It's 19 in Philadelphia. It feels about 10 degrees colder than that. It feels sub-zero in the Poconos, so it's better, but it's still not great. Today's forecast, 33, lots of sun, still very cold, but high temperatures the past 5 days have stayed pretty much below freezing. We're going to get above freezing here today, and by Sunday for the Eagles, 44 degrees, not too bad. We may make a run for 50 next week. Coming up in just a couple minutes, we'll have your full game day forecast. For now, let's send it over to